Yeah, maybe you might find that you share some great chemistry with fellow members. Huh?
Yeah, that could be so.
Speaking of which, we are going to be talking to the founder and chemistry tutor at Mr. Khemistry.
Right, it's almost like a club of sorts, right? Folks go there and learn something new.
Indeed, it is a club. It's a tuition club, if you will. And this gentleman had a very interesting background. So he left the public system and he ended up starting his own business from scratch, a solo operation. I think now he only has 2 others that are in tow with him. So 3 of them together teaching 100 students, teaching a very difficult topic, Ryan. Did you struggle with chemistry as a kid?
It was one of my favorite subjects, actually. So not too bad. But I think a lot of people do face some issues grappling with all the concepts, which require someone patient, someone, I guess, experience also comes to mind.
Where are you getting the word patient from, Ryan?
I was checking out his Google reviews.
5-star
ratings? Wow. And the word patient comes up a lot.
We'll find out why he is rated so highly on Mind Your Business. His name is Eric Kwa. And as I said, he's a founder and chemistry educator at Mr. Khemistry, but not spelt with a C, spelt with a K, I guess in reference to his surname, which is K-U-A. We'll also be finding out what it takes to stand out in Singapore's ultra-competitive tuition industry, how parents are changing mindsets as well, and whether tuition is really still necessary.
Yeah, very good question.
Good morning and welcome to Mind Your Business. I'm Ahmad Akhtar. Now, if you've ever grown up in Singapore or raised a child here, you probably know that tuition isn't just a supplement. It's practically a second shift. From the mad scramble for top tutors to the long wait lists, tuition has become something of a national obsession. And amid this crowded, competitive scene, one name stands out, Eric Kwa, better known as Mr. Khemistry with a K. He is a former MOE JC teacher turned full-time tutor and has built a center that's not just about grades, but about helping students truly understand and even enjoy the subject that most dread. So to find out why he left the public system and what it really takes to stand out in Singapore's ultra-competitive tuition industry, we are pleased to welcome the man himself, Eric Kwa, founder and chemistry educator at Mr. Khemistry. Good morning, Mr. Kwa. How are you?
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. I'm going to throw you a couple of stats, first and foremost, or one stat. According to a government survey on household expenditure, in 2023 alone, families here spent $1.8 billion on private tuition. That is not an insignificant amount. As expenditure on education services continues to grow. So against that backdrop, how would you describe the current education and tuition landscape here? What are the pressures students and families are facing?
I think education system in Singapore is quite good. I would say if you look across the whole ASEAN, Singapore students are known for their expertise in math and science. So I would say we're doing decent. But the thing we can't run away from, right, is that there's a lot of pressure that's being thrown around online, right? A lot of pressure on the kids and even on the parents and sometimes on the teachers as well. So I think, education landscape recently, I feel that it has become a lot more commercialized compared to our time, maybe my time, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 8 years ago, you decided to start Mr. Khemistry. What was the genesis of this idea?
Okay, so long story short, I actually left the teaching service once to kind of be a stockbroker because I love trading and investing. So I went to do it for 3 years, and then after that, I went back into teaching because one of my clients told me, hey, you're more suitable to be a teacher because I love educating people.
What was it that he said? You're too honest to be a stockbroker.
Yes, I'm too honest to be a stockbroker. I'm not like really a salesperson. Yeah. So I went back teaching, but this time I was placed on a annual contract. So that had to be renewed every year. And way in 2017, there was a JC merger. So my principal said that he has no quota for more contract teachers. So I was asked to kind of look for my own job.
Yes.
That's when I decided that, okay, maybe I should do something outside.
Yeah, so tell us the process of how you went about that. You apparently went searching for space in a shopping mall.
Okay, I wasn't the one that found the space. It was my church friend. Because I went to him first. I used to work under him as a tutor. And I said, bro, can I work under you again? And he said, no, bro. I'm now not really running a center with all the subjects. So he's just teaching one subject. So he said, okay, why not this? I find you a space and it's a small space, but the rental is cheap. Why don't you start something up on your own and then we can cross-refer students?
Yeah, so solo operation to begin with.
Yeah.
How did you market your services and to whom? What was your game plan at that point?
Okay, to be honest, the first year my game plan was to sit in my center and wait for students. That was literally what I was thinking. I just open up and say, okay, I'm here.
No outreach?
No, none, zero.
Okay. So how did that evolve over time?
First year, I had a grand total of 9 students ending the year. So I guess that's kind of decent, given that I didn't do any ads at all. No outreach. I just sat in my center, waiting for students to come.
So we're talking O and A level students, right?
Yeah.
How do you make this difficult to understand topic easily digestible? I know I struggled with chemistry back in the day, and I had a tutor as well who helped me with that subject along with a couple of others. Do you use visual cues? Do you use props? Do you use live test tubes or something like that?
We use anything that could help the student understand better.
Yeah.
Okay, so for example, when we teach chem bonding, we use molecular models that kind of helps them to visualize what we are talking about, because chemistry, is so abstract. Nobody knows molecules, atoms. What are you talking about? So we try to use demonstrations like to show endothermic, exothermic reactions that give out heat, take in heat. We use recently the catering service, right? They gave you kind of heating package. So we throw that into the container and say, look what happens when the chemical reaction happens. They see the steam and then I say, why is there steam? Because chemical reaction gives out heat, which heats up the water and boils it, and thus you see the steam coming out. So we try to break down very abstract concepts into very everyday understandable analogies.
Isn't that something that they should be learning within the confines of a classroom anyway? I mean, why must a tuition center be opened up to be able to cater to this need?
Okay, so I think students being students, right? The first time you tell them something, you will go right over their head. I mean, that's just common. Even in my tuition center, sometimes when I say something and they're like, they're nodding their head, looks like they're listening. But you ask them the same question again, hey, what did I just say? What's the concept that I just taught? They'll look at me like, what did you just say?
Right.
Yeah, so you have to kind of reinforce it 2 to 3 times or even 4 times for them to even get a sliver of what you're trying to say.
And that might have a lot to do with the pressure they feel to perform. So your teaching method, how do you reduce pressure on the students? How do you measure how well they're doing? Is it based on their eventual exam results? Do you look into their thinking process? What is it that you examine?
The first thing that I want to look into is their feelings towards chemistry. Because like you say, a lot of students tend to feel a sense of dread when they approach a subject. It feels like, I don't want to do this subject, and I don't want to revise it. Don't want to talk about it, don't want to look at it. So the first thing I want to change is that I want to show them that chemistry is easy. It's not that difficult to understand. So I'll break it down into very simple concept and say, why not you learn this simple concept? And if they can get it, I'll encourage them, see, it's not that difficult. You just have to do this again and again and again. So slowly, when they change their mindset towards chemistry, they will spend a little bit more time on it. And as you spend more time on it, you realize that, hey, I can actually get more of this done.
Yeah, from a parent's perspective, I think they often look at tuition from an ROI standpoint. How much return on investment am I getting? Because tuition is not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. What are some of the common misconceptions parents have about tuition? What do they often get wrong when choosing the right support for their child?
This is a great time to ask this question because it's right now, right smack in the middle of term 3. I see a lot of inquiries, parents coming in and asking me, hey, can you turn my child around? I think the misconception is they think that tuition is a very quick fix. You can fix my child within like 1 month. When he's been feeling for the past 1.5 years and say that, O-level is coming up, can you do something about it? Can you turn him around? Can I expect him to get an A? And then I'll get them on the phone and say, can I call you? So I'll call them and I'd say, ma'am, with all due respect, this is pretty late in the year. So we are not miracle workers. We also need time to change the student's mindset on the subject. And that takes a few weeks at the minimum to change their mindset. Then they can get moving. Then they can get studying. You don't simply ask them like, okay, here's the magic pill. This is the magic booklet. Study it. And then within 1 month, you'll get an A. That's simply not going to happen.
But it must be challenging to change the collective mindset of a lot of students. I know you started with only 9 students in your first year, but now there's yourself, you have 2 other tutors, if I'm not mistaken, and you collectively tutor over 100 students. So let's say in a class of 10 or 15, you have people across different ends of the spectrum, right? Some may be a little bit more advanced in where they're at in terms of their understanding of the subject, some less so. So how do you kind of handle that balance?
Okay, like in the classroom teaching, right, you see, we used to handle 20 over students. We have to cater to the median. We cannot cater to the extreme ends. So what we do, right, is that a lot of the work happens actually beyond the 2 hours. So a lot of parents think that 2 hours, you're going to fix my child, this miracle is going to happen.
Yes.
It's not, okay? The brutal truth is we really have to roll out our sleeve, literally, and get to work with all the students individually outside of the classroom. We engage them outside and also during the lesson. So that kind of reinforces what we're trying to teach, and we find out where are the gaps that they are falling through, especially for the weaker students.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go back to pricing, which is a big sticking point. How do you structure your pricing model to make it affordable and also fair to you in terms of like the value that you're offering?
So the pricing model, I actually did market research on all of my industry peers and see how they are charging. So I see the top and the bottom, and I price myself somewhere in the middle. And of course, some parents will still come to me and say, hey, look, I have like 4 kids, 5 kids, and I'm a single parent. Can you do something for me? And that's when I'll tell them, all right, let's see your financial situation. And if they have financial assistance in the MOE schools, I will take that as proof that they are not actually doing pretty well. So I will actually cut down on the tuition rates for them. Right? That's how.
So I guess for, entrepreneurs, business owners listening in who might want to follow in your footsteps, tuition still a profitable industry, still a good one to be in now?
I think this question is fairly loaded. If I say, it's profitable, I am asking more competitors to compete with me. Okay, but honestly speaking, I think there's still profits to be made. But coming into teaching is almost always never about the profit. It is always about a heart to serve parents and also the students. If you don't have this heart, you're going to find yourself overwhelmed, struggling, disappointed sometimes with the slow start, and maybe sometimes even a bit like purposeless.
I mean, I don't think you have much to worry about if, you have more competition, because according to Google reviews, 99 of them collectively say that you deserve 5 stars. What's so special about the way you teach?
Actually, I thought that I was a fairly humorous person, but in the reviews, I don't see that coming up too many times. The main word I saw was the patient. Like, they feel that I'm a patient teacher who could explain the concepts to them patiently. I think that's the point. There's this quote that says, people don't care what you know, they only care about how you make them feel, something like that. Right. So I think students are the same. They kind of feel the vibes from you. Are you sincere in wanting to help me, or are you just out to milk me of my money?
Sure. A little bit more on your approach. I know your friend said that you were too honest to be a stockbroker. But do you use a carrot and stick approach? Do you dish out punishment when necessary?
Punishment, definitely no. Not at the tuition center, because people actually pay to come to the center. So every week, right, they are literally making a choice whether to choose you as their tutor or someone else, because they can always go someone else, not like in the school. So when they come to class, I want to make sure that they enjoy the lesson. I will structure quizzes, games, demonstrations, sometimes just simply telling them my life story. They're really very interested in how my life actually plays out.
Yeah, to your point, I guess you're making a effort to make this more of an interactive experience. Enjoyable as well. Is that what you think separates you from your peers out there? I mean, why should they come to you and not others?
I think circling back to the point, I think it's always about the heart that wants to serve, because people can feel it. Students can feel the heart that you want to help them, and the amount of resources that I churn out. And by the way, I also do a weekly TikTok live. Free on TikTok. Every Sunday evening, just to help students who are not even my registered students, but I will help them every week Sunday evening. So that is, I feel that is like, it tells them that, hey, I'm here to help. Even if you don't pay me, I would like to help you.
So you get two for the price of one, a chemistry tutor and a social media star all in one. Any plans to expand your tuition offerings to other subjects beyond chemistry?
Chemistry is our expertise. We are experts in this. So recently, this week, I just had a parent call me and say, I found you on Google and I called you because I find that you are experts. You're not like those centers that offer everything from kindergarten all the way to JC. You're like specialized in chemistry only. That's why I trust that you're the expert. So when I heard that, it was like a validation. Like, yes, this is what I'm positioning Mr. Chemistry to be. An expert in the field of chemistry. Yeah, so expansion plan, yes. We want to expand to other locations in Singapore, make it more convenient for the East Side students to come and visit us. But there's no plans currently to expand to other subjects.
Okay, fair point. Final question. Seeing as you work pretty closely with teens, you teach O and A-level chemistry at your center, and you're pretty familiar with what they're not always able to tell their parents or teachers. What's one thing you wish more adults understood about what kids really need to succeed?
I think one thing that I will tell parents, even teachers, is to stop comparing them with their friends, their classmates, their cousins. Don't compare them anymore, because social media has made this problem so serious that they're always comparing, trying to one-up each other, and they feel a lot of stress from that. And if parents go in or teachers go in and say, hey, you know, my other class is doing so much better than you guys, my other student is more hardworking than you, it will only add to the stress and pressure that they're feeling. So one thing that I will tell parents is to stop the comparison.
All right. Stop the comparison. Final words from Eric Kwa, founder and chemistry educator at Mr. Chemistry with a K. He's trying to bring a more interactive and enjoyable experience for students in a historically dreaded subject, chemistry. Thank you so much for your time this morning, sir.
Thank you very much, guys.